I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you.
What's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are getting into a couple different videos. I'm going to use this same intro. So you might be watching how I do my least effort hair. You might be watching my makeup tutorial, or you might be watching this t-shirt DIY. So guess the title told you. And if you would like to see whatever I did, just keep on watching.
So sorry to start this off all raggedy. I had started filming this on TikTok because I thought I wanted to do a get ready with me on there, but I said these are new products and I do want to film it, so let's switch over to YouTube. So I started filming, but I had already put on the foundation, but as you can see, it's definitely giving skin, okay? And then for the highlight that I have on right now, it is another shade from the Thread Beauty products, and then I will be showing you some other products from Melissa R. Butler's other brand, the lip bar, if you didn't know. That girl got two, okay? So I wanted to use both of those in the same video and do some trial and error with those products that I've never used before. So here is a product from the lip bar, and this is their double-ended brow gel and pencil. This is in a lighter shade than I would typically use for my brows, and it was definitely a learning curve for me trying to use it because I've never applied my brows in this way, and I probably should have used the pencil in first, but I wanted to go ahead and see what this gel is giving. It's definitely very pigmented, so if this is your shade, it's perfect. It's easy, and you can just like spoolie it out and give yourself what is, you know, the trendy brow, which is the fluffy brow. So it definitely gives you that look. But also on the other end, it has a pencil, which I'll be using in a second, that you can, it's like a triangular shape. So if you've ever used the ABH brow definer, it's similar to that shape. You can go in and shape your brows out with as well, and then go over it with the gel, however you want to use it. Like I said, I had a learning curve because I've never used this product. But after I did my little magic and tweaking to it, I did end up liking my finished product after it was cleaned up. So now I'm going to go ahead and blend in this first layer of concealer, and this is from Thread Beauty. So this is a cream complexion stick, and it does blend out beautifully and really easily with a brush. I did try it one time on live when I played with these products initially with @MooseLovesYou, and I used their sponge, and it did give me a pretty nice blend, but I will definitely say blending it out with a brush, chef's kiss, looks like skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend out this first layer before I go in with the lip bar concealer that I picked up today from Target. So now I'm going to go on with this concealer from the lip bar, and it's your typical cream liquidy type of concealer. I'm going to put some under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, just to give that center space a little bit more brightness. And this does say that it is self-setting and brightening. So although I did set it with powder, it was a little bit light for my liking. So with my powder on top of it, I think it gave me the perfect finish. And I was loving the way, the fullness of it, the coverage of it, and I also used it to cut out and highlight my brows. So I was definitely a fan of this on top of another concealer. By itself, I feel like this shade might be too light, but overall I did enjoy the consistency and how well it blended out. The amount of time I allowed it to sit, the amount of blend time I had with it. So I do really like this concealer. And as I'm blending it out, you can see how nicely and how smooth it's looking. This is with a brush, and I'm loving the application. I'm also loving the coverage. As you can see with this shade, it definitely did give me a little bit more brightness, and I just feel like my face looks awakened and youthful and bright and glowy. So once I had everything blended out, I gave myself the once over. And like I said, it was a little bit brighter than I normally would. So that's why I decided to go ahead and set with powder. I will say that the packaging is correct when it says that it is self-setting and brightening. I definitely did get both of those effects, and I did not need to put a powder on top of it. It actually did look like in real life a powder-like finish, not too cakey, but it definitely did finish on its own. But I still went over top of it with my powder just to dull down the brightness ever so slightly. And I definitely did have a time. I had to work my magic with the brows. The color wasn't too bad, but I did have to put in some work. And overall, I did like them. I do have to give this product another try, though, to give my full review on it, how I really feel, because it was a learner's curve this first time. But we're gonna see if I can get it. So completely forgetting that I had not contoured yet. I had set myself with powder, but it's fine. We just went over top and it still came out together. So now I'm using another shade in the Thread Beauty complexion sticks, and I'm just going to put that over the perimeter of my face to go ahead and get that chiseled look. And we're going to blend that out again with the brush, because I feel like the brush gives it the most effortless and flawless blend. You got issues that I won't mention for now, 'cause we're falling apart. So you see how that blend is coming together. You see it's flawless, blending into the concealer, laying nicely on top of the foundation. It's definitely giving skin, okay? And we love it. We love to see it. Now I'm going to go ahead and start finishing off the eyes. I've used the concealer that I already have as a shadow base, because when I worked with the multi-stick on live, it wasn't giving and doing all that I needed to do. That could be because my eye is oily or the creases or whatever. So I decided to take an extra step and go ahead and use this as a shadow base. And I'm going to use a couple different eyeshadows from some other palettes to get the crease work done. And I'll tell you about those at the end. But then on the center of the lid, I used another Thread Beauty blended multi-stick, and I'll tell you about that in a second. I think we should rule out the limit for now, 'cause we're falling apart. Now get it to play with the Thread blended multi-stick. I'm going to use that as my lid color for the day. So I just plop it on. It may have applied differently if I would have applied it to my finger and then my finger to my eye. We're still playing with new products, new things that I've never really used in makeup for myself. I've seen it, just never used it for myself. So I went ahead and placed that all over the lid, and then took a flat shadow brush to make it a little bit more neat, get it across my crease so it kind of has like a soft crease effect. And I did 2 layers of this just to get the opacity and the color payoff that I was wanting. It still wasn't doing enough for me, so I went ahead and plopped on Zam from the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jackie Aina palette to give it just a little bit more zhuzh, a little more brightening, a little bit more ability to reflect from light. And I think I liked my finished eye. Now I'm going in with another multi-stick and the color Patient as my highlight. So I just put a light little stroke, and then I'm going to again blend it out with another brush.
My trust in you. What will you do? You just step back.
noticing that I did not contour my nose, I'm going to take that complexion stick again in 180 and this tiny brush to place the contour on my nose, and then use the same brush that I normally contour with the powder to blend it out. And I do like this as a contour for the perimeter of my face. I feel like it might have been a little bit too dark for the nose, but it still worked out and blended beautifully, so I'm not mad at it. Completing the eye look with some liner and mascara, and then at the very end, we'll plop on some lashes to complete the look. Again, with the once over, every step I take, I had to look and see if we were liking what we were seeing, and I was. My complexion was a little bit brighter than I normally would have it, but I was not mad at it. So to finish off this look, we're going to move into the lips. Today, I decided to use the Thread Beauty COLORIT lipstick in the shade Lovely, and this is a really nice dark brown liner. I definitely could have got a more precise application had I used a brush, but I wanted to see how this was going to apply straight from the container to my lip, and like every other product from Thread Beauty, it is extremely creamy and easy to blend. I pressed my lips together, just spread it out a little bit, and then I used a powder just to set it because it is so creamy, it does move, and I wanted this to stay put a little bit better, so I pressed some powder over it and then decided to complete this lip with a clear, shiny, Give It To Me Juicy Lip gloss.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me.
So in real life, it was giving a little bit powdery, so I decided to use this setting spray to give me a more skin-like finish, because I promise you, had I not added extra powder, I know the skin would have been giving even more skin. So use the setting spray, helped it to dry down, and it gave exactly what the girls needed, okay? Yeah. And finally, to finish off the look, we're going to put on some lashes. These are just from my local beauty supply store. With or without the lashes, this was a look. I loved it. Without the lashes, was giving very natural, very Gen Z, very fresh, very all of that. But a lash always seals the deal, and I felt like I was getting my normal, almost full beat, full glam type of look by just adding on the lashes with skin to perfection.
Alright, so that is going to wrap up today's video. As you can see, we kind of beat this face with these Thread Beauty and the lip bar products. Like, we added in a couple little different things, as you heard throughout the video, heard and saw throughout the video, that I just needed it to do a little bit more, and I felt like I could use some different techniques. It was different how I applied my normal makeup, but I feel very pretty. Like, I feel very pretty. It's giving skin. Okay, it's giving skin. I'm loving the eyes. What did I use? I really only used 3 things. I used a shadow from the Sienna's palette, which was, it was a mix of these 3, so like reddish browns, just to get that crease color, because when I tried these last time without anything, I put the base on and I used the powder because it just needed something. And even here still today, I used the multi-stick blended in Loyal on the lid, and it was still kind of like separating and was not giving like a full lid. So I went over it with Zam from the Jackie Aina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I put that over top just to like seal the deal. And I'm loving how it blended together. And I love the complexion. Okay, let's get into the complexion. The one thing I did forget to use was the blended stick on, like, for blush. I just went ahead and used that same eyeshadow concoction as my blush. but I really did like it, and I'm loving how my finished look is looking. And then I also used, I don't know why I'm telling you these things, I'm going to tell you in the video anyway, but the COLORIT lipstick, and I just lined my lips with that and then put it over a gloss, and I just really feel so freaking pretty right now. So that's going to wrap up this makeup video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, I would really like if you would subscribe to my channel. Go over, hit the bell, hit all the videos so you're always notified when I have a brand new upload. And tell a friend, share it, comment below, tell me mo, let's talk, let's chit chat, all of that. And I just want to say I thank you so much for coming back to another one of my videos, or your first video of mine. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next one. Stay true.